The power of his dream brings you here. His man, Sean Carlard.
The touch point for today coming from the Stand course, where we help you overcome your trauma. Now, Wilma, how do we overcome trauma?
Well, in our previous one, we spoke about dealing with it. But the way to overcome it, Sean, is to process it correctly.
Because we all deal with trauma in our own way.
Absolutely.
But we have to process it correctly. And for us, we've learned that the correct process, in other words, here's the tools for trauma from past, present, and future. Use this process and it will help you overcome whatever trauma you're talking about. So firstly, we have to turn the corner and see it from a different perspective. We cannot do this process if we're looking at the life of I, because you're just going to shut yourself down before you even start. You're going to go, there's no ways that I can do this. This was really huge for me. But if you turn the corner and stand from our perspective, where we can't see your life of I, we can only see you for the here and now, with your scars, with your trauma, with your victories, the fact that you've made it so far, the fact that you are who you are today. That is really usable stuff. Trauma is really, really usable. And that's why it's a little bit bizarre when people are saying, surely, Sean, a person who was sexually molested as a child, go back to that person and tell them that this day is going to be used to your advantage. And Wilma, we both know that, yes.
Absolutely.
That is the truth.
Experientially.
It can and should change your world.
Absolutely.
It's going to bring value. So let's go through that. So we've turned the corner. Remember, guys, it's from a perspective for this moment. You can always go back to the life of I.
I mean, we've had people say to us,
Too much?
I don't want to go there. I don't want to change my perspective. I don't want to look at it from your point of view. I'm quite okay living this life.
And we're going to see why, because that in itself, trauma does trigger something in our world.
Absolutely.
So let's start off with the process of how to deal with trauma. Whatever you do,
don't you go away.
The power of his dream brings you here. His man, Sean Carlard.